Hey y'all, hey, I am back again, and today is a good day. My husband is cooking on the grill. He's going to throw some steaks on the grill, so I do not have to cook today. I'm super stoked about that. So what I did is I went ahead and threw some clothes in the washer and emptied out our dishwasher so he can put those dirty dishes in there and we can clean up really quickly after we eat. And I'm going to sit back and have me a nice little foot spa. And I figured, man, my feet will be soaking. I can get up here and chit chat with you guys and just talk to you about some topics. And my cat is going to make an appearance. You will see his little pillow right there. He generally lays there, but I'm pretty sure that today he's not, simply because I am on this camera. So, say hey, Jinxie. Say hey. Alrighty. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. And I'm going to start off though, I'm going to show you some of the items that I'm going to use. No, this is not going to be some sort of foot fetish video. I'm not about to, it's not going down like that. And, but I will show you the products that I use. And, secondly, give me some grace. You know, I know a girl's looking rough. Give me some grace because it's downtime, man. Everybody has downtime. So let's get started. Jinx, you're not going to say anything? I guess not. So let me mosey on into our bathroom where I will be going to my sink. That was my husband's sink, and the items I'm going to be using. So let me introduce the star of the show. It's this Neprock foot spa, and it has temperature control, it has bubble, and it has red light inside. And it also has these little rollers here that you can massage your feet on. And it has this pumice stone that you can actually remove and scrub your feet with it. Or you can just leave it there and kind of rub your feet on it. I kind of rub my heels on it when I have it in here. But this is probably one of the best buys that I have made in foot care. So, of course, you're always going to need your towel, and I got some little footies that I'm going to put on afterwards. And then this you saw in my Amazon video. It's the callus remover, so that's what it looks like. And it just has a little head on it that takes the dead skin off, and it sucks it in too, so it doesn't fly all over the place. And this also came with some little tools too, like a little set of additional tools. But I won't need those right now because I have some that I'm using. So I'll just use that as a backup set if I need any. And then you also saw this in my Amazon video. I do use that Urea 40%. And this is the foot cream that I put on my feet after I take them out of the spa. And last but not least, I will be using some Sally Hansen cuticle remover, my little brush here, my cuticle pusher, my file, and Dr. Teal's Epsom salt I will be using in this soak. I love Dr. Teal's. I absolutely love their products. So I'm going to be using that and maybe some bubbles for some ambiance. Who knows? Before I start, I thought I would show you guys what this looks and sounds like. You can kind of hear the humming now. That's because I have the bubbles on right now. I probably plan to turn those off once the video commences, but you can decide the temperature that you want here. It goes up to 118 degrees, but I don't want it that high. I like it around 100. And the red light is on now, but you can turn that off. I'm going to keep it on. And the bubbles, though, I'll do without. Hey y'all, I'm back. I am going to chit chat while my feet soak, and I am rolling them on these little rollers in here. It feels really good. I actually may turn it up though, because the 100 was not good enough. I think I might go to 103. But so I just wanted to chit chat with you guys about just whatever pops in my mind. Today I was thinking a lot about the economy though, and how high prices are. Of course, I don't have to tell you guys that because you see it every day. And it seems like everybody's looking for like an instant relief from that, and I just don't see it coming. I don't see an instant relief from the inflation. It took a long time to get us there. It's going to take a little while to get us back to normal, if we ever go back to normal. In a lot of ways, some of the things we're seeing now are going to be the new normal, unfortunately. And that is the scary part about everything. It has me, I'm a person that's like very particular, and when you're like that and you kind of nitpick on every little thing, it makes me fear doing things like, you know, buying our house or getting another car or, you know, stuff like that. And I'm going to have to do those things. I don't have to do the house, but it is something that we have thought about for a long time, dreamed about for a long time. It's something that was always in the plan. So it will proceed, but I just have to get over my fear, and it's just really hard for a person like me. And then the car thing, there is no way that I'm not going to have to get another car. And it was always in the plan that it would either be probably next year or the year after. I definitely want to have it before I am 50 years old. So I'm going to have to get a new car so that I don't, like I said, I don't have to per se, but because of the length of time that I like to keep vehicles, I space them. I like to space them out in a certain time frame. You know, I'm driving a car I've had for 10 years now. So I'm, you know, it's not that I'm switching out cars like outfits, but definitely, you know, I want to get another one before 50 so that I can make sure that it is already paid off in full before I turn. I actually would like it paid off by the time I'm about 53. I would like to have like 3 years there, maybe with a car note if I have one. I hope not to have one, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So, and then I wanted to talk about something that I saw. But before I get to that, because I'm like running all over the place. What are you guys' woes about the economy and finances and all that good stuff right now? What are your worries? Like, what's your biggest worry right now? Mine is just that, you know, it'll never be normal again. It'll never be what we've seen as normal again. And it's happened multiple times. If you think throughout your life, you know, we've watched gas. I know in my lifetime, I've seen gas go from like 80 cents to what we see now. So it's been happening. I just think when you get to a certain age where you're actually paying bills and you're actually living life, that's when it really affects you. That's when you see it, and that's when you notice it. So we've been experiencing this forever. We just never really probably paid attention. And depending on your age, you may never have paid attention. So anyway, like I said, I would like to know you guys' top concern about what's going on as far as the economy is concerned. Then secondly, I'm going to say this and I'm not going to mention the content creator at all, because this is not about bashing that content creator or anything like that. It was just something that concerned me. I actually saw a live, and it's somebody that I was following because I couldn't, I felt like, I just don't know the direction this is going. I'm not sure about this one. So I was like, until I see more, maybe I'll subscribe again, but I just want to check out some more content before I commit to that. But I think he was talking about his previous employer, but he made a statement that women in higher positions in the company were sleeping with their management to get where they were, and then as soon as they were done with them, they were firing them. And I actually commented, and then I took it off because I was like, but I don't like to criticize or, I don't know, question a content creator on their content on their channel, because I feel like it can come off disrespectful, and I don't want to disrespect another content creator. But that statement bothered me because the way he said it, it wasn't clear whether he was saying that that was the case where he worked or whether he was making a generalized statement. And it really, really bothered me because I'm like, surely you don't think that every woman in a higher position got there because she was sleeping with her manager or doing stuff like that. I hope that's not the case, but I like I said, I wrote the question and then I took it off because I was like, yeah, I don't want to be that person that just, I don't want to be that person. So I just took the question down before he had a chance to answer it. A part of me wishes I had kept it up there, but because now I'm going to take more time to be able to kind of sift through and see if I really want to be a subscriber. But I like supporting smaller YouTubers, so it's like, man, I hate that. I wish I could get some clarity, but I don't want it to come off like I'm being critical of his content, because it's not my place to do that, or at least that's how I felt. And so I just removed it. But yeah, I hope that people are not thinking that, because man, I know in the industry that I work in, the women that have made it to those types of positions have put in years, and I'm talking about decades, because it is male dominated, and it's hard. It's hard for you to get in management and higher there. Very difficult as a woman. So yeah, it could be the industry he was in, it could be the place that he was working in, but man, I was like, surely you don't think that. Surely you don't believe that. Because, you know, I know women that have given like 20 years to get into those kind of spaces. So, yeah, that's not always the case. So if you do think that for every job that women are in high positions that they had to sleep their way to that place, please don't think that. That may just be your job. Oh, that just bothered me so bad. So, but hopefully, you know, with further review of that channel, I can get a little bit more of a sense of where he may have been coming from without being critical. And I don't know. And then I was thinking today, I want to change the subject off that, because even now I'm getting a little heat just thinking about it. Like, man, what do you think? Anywho, I wanted to talk about how the younger generation is moving more toward, I consider it they're valuing their time more, valuing their personal time. And I think that's a good thing. I really do. Because I think generations past, we've given so much to a job without really, and we've neglected areas of our life that, and always kind of look back with regret, like, oh man, I wish I could have done this, or I wish I could have traveled here, or I wish I could have done blah, 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 blah. And I think they are really taking charge of that now. Now, do I always agree with their tactics in doing so? No. Like, I think that a lot of jobs, like, they get a bad rap because there are many places that really don't value their employees, really don't care at all about you. But then there's some that aren't like that. You have to find them, but you have to weed them out. And that's probably the hard part because it's so competitive. So I kind of see where they're going with that, and I dig it. But I also think you have to be smart, be strategic, set your ducks up in a row. You know what I mean? You can't be balling out of control, spending all your money, but then decide that you want to be, you want to take charge of your time and not work a 9 to 5 and not do, like, you gotta be smart with it. Be smart with it. Save up, get yourself ready, get yourself prepped and prepared, and then make your exit if that's what you want to do. I think sometimes in my videos I probably come across as like, oh, I think you're crazy if you quit your 9 to 5. Yeah, nah, that's not what I think. I just think you have to be strategic. You have to know what you need to go in that other direction. You have to set yourself up to reach your goals. And that's just anything you want to do. Even if you had your own business, you gotta set yourself up for success. And so that's all I was saying, is just be strategic with it and think it through, man. Like, think through what you're doing. Sometimes impulses can work. I've done impulse things in my life. When I decided that I was going to move from my hometown, I had $5,000, I think. I had enough that I can make it about 30 to 45 days, like getting my place, paying my bills, and surviving. And I had a child in tow. I could not afford to fail, Thankfully, I found employment and all that in the time that I needed. Everything worked out perfectly. It was a wing and a prayer kind of thing. But sometimes wing and a prayer things don't work out. So that's all I'm saying, is that to give yourself time and focus and preparation for moving toward that goal that you're trying to get to. Because I do not think it can't be done. I just think you got to be smart with it. That's all. And I see a lot of people doing it in a careless way. They're not taking control of their circumstances. They're just saying, yeah, I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants. And flying by the seat of your pants, man, it doesn't work for everybody. Some people have ended up in a world of trouble from flying by the seat of their pants. I think you can do anything that you set your mind to. Anything. But it has to be thought out. You have to think it out. And that's the part that I think people are skimping on, is the thinking it out. But if you got a plan, man, and you've got your stuff together, you've thought about it, you've thought it through, always think of worst case and best case, and you get it planned out, man, I don't see anything wrong with it. I kind of admire these younger people today. They're not taking crap. They're not taking any crap. And I love that for them. But like I said, you got to be smart with it. You got to be smart with it. I think every generation brings a little something new to the table. They bring a little something more. And thinking about yourself, I'm never going to see that as a bad thing. Never. I'm never going to see that as, oh my God, why are they thinking about themselves? Like, because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? So I get it. I get it, young people. Just stay focused and plan. I get it, older people. Same scenario. If you're taking back your life, stay focused, plan it out, And oh, that leads me to retirement. Oh my goodness. Retirement. I want people to know that there's so many different ways for that to go. So many different avenues. People read those articles and they say, "Oh, you need $1 million to retire." Do you know how many people are retired right now that did not save $1 million, but they did planning and lifestyle changes that accommodated them to make them happy? Your retirement is based on, like I said, what makes you happy. And some people are happy and they only have to live off of 30K, 40K. Some people can live off even less. I've seen it. And then some more. So there is no set number that applies to everyone. Well, I mean, if you had millions of dollars, okay. But you know what I mean. There's no set number for, I'll say, the minimum of what it takes to retire comfortably. It's all based on what you need to pay your basic needs. And you're going to want to throw in some wants. You're not going to just want your basic needs met. You're going to want to be able to take a trip every once in a while, go to the movie sometimes, stuff like that. You're going to want little extras. So that number is totally based on you and your lifestyle and what it takes to sustain your lifestyle, or what it takes to sustain the lifestyle that you want in retirement. Because sometimes the lifestyle we lead in our working life is not the lifestyle that we want to lead in our retirement life. I am case in point. The lifestyle that I want in retirement is not the lifestyle that I have right now at all. So I would just say, try to pay off your debt, keep your expenses low, and then find a sweet spot that would allow you the type of life that you would want to live comfortably in retirement. And for some, that could be $500,000. I know someone that just retired with $500,000. I've met someone up here on YouTube that I think retired with $500,000. Some $300,000 because they may have worked a little longer and waited for their Social Security to kick in, and then it's so many avenues. But I know that everybody doesn't want to be living like high off the hog in retirement. Like, some people just want a simple life. I know for me, I just want a simple life in retirement, and I just want to be able to eat, pay my bills, have my medical expenses taken care of, and just enjoy the rest of my life. I may want to travel a little bit, do a few things, but nothing major, man. So anyway, I'm going to finish enjoying my little foot soak here and do all the rest of my little ins and outs on my toesies. And I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. Bye.